Oh yeah, let me get the find your.
You can pull it up over there if you want.
Yeah, I'll just get a. I'll get a glance at it, and then I'm gonna post to the Book of Faces.
Cool.
Says you are offline.
It's got like 20 seconds away.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm heading into.
Are you recording, or is it recording? Or what?
Twitch's settings were set to auto record.
Oh, there we go. Or at least the stream's coming out now.
Oh, where's your headphones? Headphones. They're there. Okay. At dawn. Phones ahead. Get on the settings right here.
Oh.
What?
It's got the swirlies on the refreshing.
On the what?
On the video feed. It's kind of frozen. 1 second.
What's the swirlies?
Right here. Oh, loading video.
No, I don't want to load video here.
What? No, I'm saying it's loading the video.
Huh?
What? Alright, well at least you're it's showing that you're streaming.
Just test it on you.
There we go. Okay, that's good.
There we go.
I'm gonna grab this and post it real quick.
Oh, I guess I gotta make it active now. Can you see my mouse on the stream?
Yeah.
Well, no, not that. Okay, never mind. Alright. We're gonna go online. I think I'm gonna do solo for right now. I'm just gonna do some. Get into some encounters.
Yeah.
I don't need this microphone, do I? Oh, well, that'll keep me from yelling the whole time. Son of a... Plug this back in, it goes a certain way. It's keyed.
Oh, it's key?
Yeah.
See the key?
Like, let me see. Like this has to go out, like that. Yeah. There's a little notch or something right there.
Just gonna spin it till
Check 1, 2. There we go. There we go. Now, hear myself instead of yelling like I was earlier. So, how's the stream look? Can you?
Oh god. We're paused right now for whatever reason.
The stream is paused?
It has like the play button on it. Let me.
Not on my screen. You talking about on my screen?
Oh yeah. All right.
Come on your screen. I've paused it so it's not making my computer do like double and triple duty.
Oh, the middle posting. Loading channel. Loading video.
Oh my god, I just love looking at stuff in the DK2. It's
There
a little
it is.
bitty
There we go.
palms
Okay.
bar. It's pretty amazing. Let's
Yeah.
let's show off this menu here. I mean, look at this. Like
Chromatic. Yeah, that's cool.
like in a 2D game or on a flat panel monitor, I mean, they've formatted this to perfectly fill that monitor, but it's when you can get in here and really look around, you know, and see the angles on everything. God, it's beautiful. It just kind of morphs through the ship. I never noticed that until now. But even little details like this little light right here and all of its reflective properties on this air vent.
Yeah, they're
You wouldn't notice stuff like that, or you wouldn't be able to appreciate all the detail unless you could really get your head around and, you know, look back at it. The one point of view that you're limited with, I'll never be able to go back to it. Alright, I think, yeah, I'm starting with a pretty new guy here. I just got blown up in my last save.
Is our chat running?
Yeah, should be running. You can do a test on it. Welcome everybody to the chat. Yeah, I'm going to back out of this menu. It's just so cool to look down and see my body.
Let's see.
It's really messing with my head that I can look down and see my arm. And it'll do something different other than what my arm's doing.
Alright. We got the chat coming in, but I think it's not set to I don't think it's coming through on our screen.
Remember, there's like a 20-second delay on the stream. Can you see it on this screen over here?
Not yet. Because we got it over here. But I don't know what's happening there.
It should pop through over there. Because this is instant, so I don't know, maybe the chat's not working.
Could be getting excited.
Let's see. See if I can get this working. Just put my eyeballs down real quick. Alright. Properties. Select region. Okay. Wait, was that on the region? Little troubleshooting here, folks. Oh, it's because it wasn't all the way up. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Maybe. There we go.
And it's working. Alright, sweet. Hopping back in the Rift here. Looks like we got somebody watching.
Our video is paused.
On your computer?
Yeah, it's going through here.
Alright.
Okay.
What's up?
No. I'm just waiting for that to pop through. I'm sure it's working now.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, do another test real quick to make sure it pops up over there in real time. It's so weird. I feel like I'm disconnected from you guys when I hop into the Rift because it's just me in my cockpit.
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay. All right. So let's take a look at and see what missions are available. Have this big window pop up here. Welcome to Azaban City. We'll go to the bulletin board. See what's up. Okay. Hell Static Furnaces urgently sought competitive raids. Looking for couriers to Weird. Seeking special gifts. I don't even know about that one. Long distance transports and proactive combat missions available. Okay, now that sounds cool. 600 credits. There's going to be 2 pirates. And they're too far off.
I like seeking special gifts.
Yeah. Thought you were going to say I like a 7-inch. I didn't know where you were going with that. I'll tell you what. This is what we're going to do. We're going to launch. And we're going to go find us an encounter. Ah! Oh, man.
Get excited.
I'm telling you, when that thing moves real quick like that, it hits your stomach. Alright, I have got, if you can see that there, 4 minutes and 52 seconds. That's what happens when I get out of range of my camera. The screen kind of desaturates. And then I'm back in range of the camera. Yep. There's the back of my seat, in case anybody was wondering what that looked like. I think that there's supposed to be speakers in that screen. How does the station look? Can you get a good idea of what it looks like?
The scale's pretty. There's a bit of a little bit of fisheye in the, what is it, chromatic
chromatic aberration. But you can see these details, but can you see that cup stain right there?
Yeah, I mean it's...
Losing my position, there we go. It's because I'm not 5 feet away. Did I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, now you're...
I hit the throttle.
Hello, Bonnier Damley? Yeah, he's got a difficult name.
It's that Fam Damley.
Yeah.
Alright, let's leave the station. I'm going to retract my gear. And I'm playing solo, so when you play with a bunch of people, you really got to look up and see if you're about to slam into somebody, because there's tons of people coming in and out of these starter ports. and most of them will have like commander, backer, number, because they haven't gone to the website yet, and change their name. Who's scanning me? It's probably going to be, yep, it's that Viper right there. They'll say something along the lines of, "You're clean, proceed pilot." Look at this. I love this. This is like my favorite part of the DK2.
Monier said you said it right. I don't know exactly what he's referring to, but
Whatever I said it right. It's always good to have people agree with you. I mean, look at the scale of this. I mean, I know you're probably looking at this on a 2D screen, or I know you are, because that's the only thing I can stream in. But this takes up my whole field of view. The station is absolutely massive.
you should try the UFO side, or get close and try.
Whoa! Look at that ship. I mean, I don't even know how that snuck up on me. What is he? Let's see. Oh, it's a hauler. Okay, hauling some goods. Yeah, I mean, I can put my ship like this, lay back in my seat, and see. I can't even see the entire station. It's absolutely massive. Here, I'll fly over here and see if we can see. Like, what's cool is I can see through the truss work right here. All those teeny tiny little windows that are probably, apartment complexes and office buildings. And just the scale of this thing is mad. Well, I gotta watch out for that big antenna. I assume that's what that is. God, the level of detail. I mean, look at this as it goes by. And seeing it just in 3D with all of that stereoscopic information. Does that look like it's getting closer to me? Yeah, I'm gonna move away from that now.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because there's a much more natural feel of depth with that now.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was getting closer to me as the point came around on the station here.
You need less instrumentation to
Yeah.
tell you how close you are to things.
Exactly. You have stereoscopic vision, so doing maneuvers and flying between asteroids.
Oh yeah, that area.
Pretty incredible.
I was asleep earlier. Where'd you get to the asteroids?
It was in one of the combat scenarios. I mean, I'm sure you can find them out here in the game, but it was a scenario where I had to sneak around and kill 3 ships without a big Mamba Jamma ship finding out, and it was really cool because it was like out of Star Wars, where
Yeah.
I can bob and weave through the asteroids, and as long as I kept my ship cool, right now I'm at 39% heat. If I was to run silent and use, I forget what they're called, heat sinks, if I was to deploy my heat sinks, then, it would cool my ship down and I wouldn't have as big of a signature. And that's pretty much how I was avoiding being detected. A lot of activity over here. Seeing what's cool is like this A-frame got in my way, right? I couldn't see that the ship that was causing that trail, so all I gotta do, lean out, and then I can see, oh, that ship's about probably 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers away from me, I'm guessing. And he jumped. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We are still mass locked. I'm going to get away from the station. We're going to go into Super Cruise and try to find an encounter. Let's see. Oh, why is my Super Cruise not engaging?
Monier is asking, where did you get that, and how much did that cost, the DK2?
You can get the development kit 2 of the Oculus Rift from, I think it's oculusvr.com, something along that. Just search Oculus Rift, you can find it. But this is actually a development kit. It's really not meant as a consumer product, but there we go. Yeah, it's not meant as a consumer product, but I'm obviously using it as that. I'm not developing it, but I am testing out Elite Dangerous with it. It's really incredible.
OculusVR.com.
Yeah, OculusVR.com. Okay, so now we are in Super Cruise, and I'm gonna head to Oh my god, I love being able to look up. What is that right there? Okay, that's Asban City.
And the cost, if you're interested, was
It was
$350
$350 for the DK2 plus shipping, so it ended up being like $370 something. And I'm telling you, you got to jump through some hoops to get this to work. Like in front of me, you can't see it, but I have 3 1080p monitors, and you know, natively they run at 60 hertz refresh rate. Well, I had to lower the resolution on them all and run them at 75 hertz to match the Oculus, because if it ran at a different frequency than any other monitor on my system, it had a lot of judder whenever I would look around, and that was just one of the fixes for it. So you have to jump through some hoops to get this to work, but man, when you do, let me tell you, I mean, look at this keyboard here. I'm just going to lean down and look at that. QWERTY keyboard, a lot of function keys up top, and these are details that you would never see. This little smack my face on the desk, but this little knob thing under here, you'd never see that if you couldn't look around in 3D space.
Immersion is the word, I believe.
Yeah, I actually like how there's a little arm there that is holding out the keyboard. Never noticed that before. This is the only cockpit I've been in, by the way, in this game, and every cockpit is different. So I really can't wait to get a better ship, or even just a different ship, and look around in that. I put my wife in the DK2, and all she did was look around in the cockpit for like 20 minutes. What does that say? I can't read what that says. It's some kind of book, something manual. Space tracker, flight training manual, space.
I'm gonna check our audio real quick.
Do I?
I'm gonna check our audio just to see what all is going on.
Okay. Alright, we're headed to Iranian 5, and we're going to look for an encounter or a space anomaly or something along the way that we can stop at and check out. Yeah. So if you look down here, this is where it wants me to be in order to arrive. I've targeted Iranian 5, and I can either go faster or slower, but this is the sweet spot to where if I follow this blue line down, if I follow that blue line down with my throttle, it'll guide me in. This little well, I'm trying to point and you can't see it, but this little marker right here, when I'm in just my regular flight mode, it shows the scale of my map or my scanner down there. I'll show you that here in a minute when I get into an encounter. See what's on comms. No fire zone left, so it's just letting me know that was back when I left Azaban City. Come on, there's got to be something around this place. I like to, and you know what? If I didn't have a speed indicator, I could actually, because I have stereoscopic vision, I could use this rail right here to slow my speed down and basically spiral in to the system and just use it as a measurement of if I'm going too fast or going too slow. It's pretty cool.
Bonnier asked, how much do you think the consumer version will cost?
Oh man, you know, here's the thing. Oculus was backed by Facebook this year for $2 billion, and they're trying to bring VR to the masses. I would imagine it's going to be similar or similar to the DK2, probably in the 300 range. I know they're going to sell it at cost. They're most likely not going to try to make a profit on the Oculus Rift. All right, let's see. I'm in an interdiction here. I'm going to scan this ship, see what he is. Security service. They are scanning me. I don't know if you saw that when it popped up, but these guys are security service. They're just seeing if I have any illegal goods on me. If I was smuggling something, you know, it'd be pretty hard to get away from these guys. I'd have to punch in a direction and cut on my cruise control. So
think 300 would be the general figure.
You know, I don't know if they can produce the consumer version then less than that. For less than that, then that's probably what they're going to sell it at. Like I said, they're going to sell it at cost and hope that, you know, the partnerships that they make with software companies, you know, are going to cover the cost. It's like PlayStation 2. I forget how many years it was before they ever made money off of actually selling the PlayStation 2. All right, here we go. We got an unidentified signal source. And really, you know, the DK2 is, it's pretty close to being complete. I could see somebody buying this as a consumer product if the software into things were a lot better. They're going to have to create a service like Steam where people can just plug this thing into their computer, run the software, and have the games work. You know, having to configure drivers and things like that, that's not going to be good for a consumer experience, but that's not what this was designed for. Who knows how far they are off from that scenario.
Yeah, just watching you tinkering around was enough for me to kind of,
Yeah.
I'd be fine with waiting.
All right, let's see what this guy is. There's 2 ships. I've got a Cobra Mark III. It's scanning right now, and it's Deadeye Darby. Now, he's not a criminal or anything like that, and he's not wanted. He hasn't said anything to me yet, so let's see who he's chasing here. Maybe some kind of cargo ship. I'm going to switch over and put all the system power on my engines, and I'm going to boost up and try to catch up to this ship, which looks like he may be chasing. That's a Sidewinder. Okay, that's something more my speed. And it's Dan Banan, Deep Space, and they are in just the war zone. Usually it says Federation or something like that. Neither one of these guys are talking or fighting. I don't know what's happening. He's spiraling. I don't know if that's because his ship is going down, but you can see the spirals here. His hull is at 100%. I don't know if he's evading or what. Deadeye's at 100%.
Bonnier asks, do you think we will be able to walk into a new store called Oculus, buy games, and get the Rift, or will you have to buy games off the internet and order the Rift?
I think they're going to partner with game makers that are already out there. I don't think you're going to see Oculus branded games. Now, Palmer Luckey, the guy who created it, you know, he's working on a little platformer, and really I think what it's going to be is just a really nice tech demo of what you can do in the Rift. I don't think it's meant to bring in a lot of money, but it's just a good solid game for the Rift, you know, when it comes out. But you see companies like CCP, which you know, they make Eve and that shooter. Okay, now they're shooting at each other. So let's see. Is this guy going to be wanted now? Warzone, communism, agriculture. I have no idea what these mean. If anybody's watching and can explain what I'm seeing right now, please do.
Warzone, agriculture, communism?
Yes. See, look. It says Iranian system, Warzone, communism, agriculture. So these are the Russians in space. I don't understand.
Space, commie.
Yeah. They're shooting back at each other. Let's see. He's got 100% hull, and he's got 100% hull. They're not doing a very good job of destroying each other. And I honestly, I don't know the repercussions of if I join in a battle here, which side, I mean...
Just start shooting and figure it out later.
You think so?
No, but maybe.
You're so indecisive, I don't know. I mean, alright, this is what I'll do. If it starts tipping one way or the other, I'll help out the loser.
Are you getting contacts? Comms?
Do what? No, I'm not getting anything on comms. They're not trying to talk to me. Dan Banan, he could care less that I'm here. He's in a Sidewinder taking on a Cobra from what I understand is a better ship. And it's not doing much to him. If one of these said like Federation or something like that, I would say, oh, okay, that's the Federation, let me side with them. But these are, yeah, I guess this is just a war zone, and these guys don't have any affiliates. And Cobra's hull is down to 96%. So it looks like, oh, he's going down. Deadeye Darby is going down.
Bonnier again. Wow, thanks guys for answering my questions, but one more.
No problem, Bonnier. Hey, that's what we're here for.
One more question. How does it feel, look with it on?
Alright, let's make an analogy here. If I had to recreate what this looked like, man, it's so hard to describe, because obviously, you know, this is using the Galaxy Note 3 panel to produce the images that I'm seeing, but you've got optics in front of your eyes, and so it's not like you're focusing on something right in front of your face. I'm focusing in the distance.
That was actually one thing I was worried about, because it was so close that I was like, am I going to be straining my eyes? Like,
no.
Like, it feels pretty natural. Like,
the optics do the focusing for you.
Yeah. I mean, you look into
God, this is incredible. Look, he's just flying above me.
Yeah.
And then I can look back, I can look over my shoulder, follow the action.
That was the funniest thing, is the Office demo that came with it.
Yeah.
Like, you could look around at everything up close, but the one thing that got me was just, like, you could turn around and it looked like you were looking about 100 feet into the distance.
Yeah.
It just felt natural. It was interesting.
Yeah, I would say put on a scuba mask that has a real wide field of view, because it's really not. I thought it was going to be like looking through binoculars, but it's not. It actually has a really wide field of view.
Yeah.
And then put the finest of fine mesh screens over it. And really, it's not that bad. Like, people talk, I've heard people complain about the screen door, and I barely notice it. In most cases, like in the darker sections, and I'm playing a space game, so the game is mostly dark, you don't see the screen door. Now, in these panels and stuff like that, if I really look for it, I can see what makes up these individual pixels. But for the most part, what you're dealing with is just lack of detail.
Do you think that'll improve with software, or just is that a kind of a...
I think what they're going to have to do, it'll be a combination. Obviously, to get more detail, there's absolutely no way around it other than increasing resolution.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I've got a beefy rig. You know, I've got an i7 overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz, 16 gigs of RAM, and I'm running the 6800 or 680 classified for this. And I've got another 680 in there that I'm using for physics and different things. I can put them in SLI, but SLI is not optimized, so I don't do it. So I've got one card dedicated to this game, and on a regular 1080p monitor, I could run this thing absolutely no problem in the hundreds of frames, or 100 frames or more, with this about medium or high. But when you add the overhead from having to do the stereo with the Oculus, it adds 40 to 50% overhead, which means I've got my settings all the way down to low right now, and for the most part, like right now, I'm staying above 75 frames per second, which keeps the 75 hertz refresh rate looking, you know, silky smooth. But when I get into those big areas with stations and asteroid belts and stuff like that, that's when it gets you start seeing a little bit of the choppiness and the judder. And I think optimization on both the Oculus side and the game side is really going to help this out. I don't even think this version of the game is optimized for the DK2. I think this was kind of like a best guess patch for the DK2, and they're working on optimization for it right now. So we're probably going to see really huge improvements over time, and it won't demand as much of a system. But if you put, let's say, like a 1440p panel in here, and you run it at 90 hertz, which is what I keep hearing that they want to run the consumer version at, it's going to take a beefy rig to run a fully realized game like this. Now you get some artistic game in there that has low polygon counts and low textures, but you know, maybe artistic and beautiful. Well, those are going to run fine. It's all about, you know, it's all about those resources. All right, this guy's down to 9. Should I shoot him?
Should I steal the kill? Do you think they could do some sort of external box for like processing, extra processing?
No, because the latency. I think the latency is what they're coming up against with the positional tracking. That's what some of this judder is.
Yeah.
Is just, you know, getting all those bits to the right parts of the computer in time, you know, for the game to know where I'm looking.
Yeah.
This guy's at 6%. Deadeye Darby is not such a deadeye. And why can't I? Look, he's close enough. Let me track him. Yeah, he's coming right on top of us.
Maybe to elaborate one more aspect of his question, like weight. I mean, for me, it looks heavier.
Oh, it looks really heavy, right? And then you put it on,
and
it's really light.
Hollow, light plastic kind of thing.
Yeah. Look, he's still at 100%. He's about to wear this guy out. He's got 1% left.
You fire one shot and suddenly 1,000 bounty.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm going to wait and see what happens to this guy. I'm going to watch him take him out, and then I'm going to see if he aggresses me. I'm pretty sure I can take him out.
And you get the other guy on you for taking his kill.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I'm going to wait until Deadeye Darby dies,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to take on his murderer.
Till Deadeye is dead.
Yeah. Look, he's evading. He's spinning like a... Look at that. That is so cool. And this is something, like I said, you can't do this outside of the Rift without fumbling with hat buttons or doing track IR. Now, you can do track IR, but you don't get the stereoscopic view or the extremely large field of view. And even then, when you turn your head, you still have to cut your eyes back towards the screen because the screen's not moving with you. It's not moving where you look. Man, it's just incredible looking. This is the longest dogfight. These guys are terrible. All right, look, he's about to... You know what? Screw this. I'm not waiting anymore. I'm gonna wear this guy out. Boom, got him. Now let's see if I'm gonna put my weapons up. See if old Dan aggresses. Make sure I didn't get any bounty or anything. Nope, I'm good. He's probably not going to aggress now. He doesn't have any bounty, so there's no reason for me to kill him. Alright, I'm going to go look for another encounter.
Drive charging.
Yeah, frame shift inhibited by factor of 6. I'm guessing because that guy is right next to me.
Ready to engage.
I'll throttle up real quick.
3, 2, 1.
Frame shift? What is that?
And it all goes white.
What's that?
Talking to me?
What was the frame shift?
When you're around stuff, it'll tell you by how many factors that it's inhibited. And so let's say you jump into an area and the crap is just hitting the fan. Well, it's going to take you a lot longer to get out of there if you're near stuff. So you've got to try to fly away from those guys so that you can escape essentially with a jump. All right, trying to slow down here. Going too fast towards this unidentified signal source.
I'm gonna duck out in a minute. I got some potatoes and stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll be back, but
I'll just keep talking to these guys and interdiction detected. So before I get to that,
Whenever you run into a star, it's pretty cool. The
Yeah.
lighting is pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is. Alright, this guy's down here. Let's see what he is and what he wants. He's in an Eagle. Warzone crap. Release any cargo and I may let you live. Okay, this is an example of me trying to get away from somebody. I am going to fly away from him as fast as I can. Inhibited by a factor of 6, and I'm guessing, yep, and there he goes. He's firing. So I'm going to barrel roll. Whew. Try to keep him on my 6 while this charges. And as soon as I hit, as soon as I charge, or am fully charged, I'll jump. Alright, now lose control for these 4 seconds or these 3 seconds. And I'm out. Now I can go back to
Temperature critical.
temperature critical. Oh, now I can go back to that signal, unidentified signal source. I'm not sure where it was. Oh, by the way, if you've never seen, oh, here it is. If you've never seen what is behind the chair, let me turn around and show you. Nope. It's a door. It's a door with some piping, all that good stuff. I'm sure I passed that. There we go. There it is. Alright. Slow this bad boy down. My brother is out of the room right now, so I can't read the questions that you guys are typing. As soon as he comes back in, I'll get back to it. Let me see if I can see anything. Oh, nope.
Yeah, that was something pretty interesting. All the detail given to the cockpit as well. Kind of like one of the first experiences you felt like being in a vehicle as well, not just in a frontward-facing chair.
Yeah, and really one of the ways I think they kind of achieved that is by having it open. Like you see
Yeah.
the steps down there, and I feel like I'm elevated.
Yeah.
Like this is a real bridge, you know, in a ship. That's what I look forward to, is the big multi-seated ships. And you know, what would be amazing is if you could get up and walk around
Yeah.
in a
Seeing
bridge,
larger bridge, would be
interact
pretty
with
cool.
people. Let's see what this is. All right, we got a ship here. That's a hauler. Prepare for death, fool. Oh no, that was the last encounter that I escaped from. So I got a hauler and I got another ship. Most likely this guy's a fighter. Sidewinder. And it's Janice. Janice, it hurts! That video cracks me. That video cracks me up. I wonder if he's chasing this hauler or if he's providing escort services for it. See, look, I can actually fly between the trails here. That's awesome. I can see them going past me. Janice! I wish... I wonder... Look at that. I'm doing a Top Gun style. Top Gun style here. Who's
Target
this
shields
goose?
offline.
Target shield. He just took his shields offline? Janice has deployed hardpoints. He didn't say anything to me. Hey, get froggy, Janice. Come on. Oh, okay. I think he's about to jump. Let's go check and see if the hard points are still deployed. If we have anybody else watching, feel free to ask questions. Yep, looks like he's got a laser. Is that on my sheet? Ooh. I don't know what Janice is doing. Tell you what, I'm kind of
Drive
disappointed.
charging.
I think we need to look for a conflict or something, or like a war zone. Get into some dog fights.
Can't you look for that? Like Federation and whatnot?
Yeah.
Fighters?
Are you the only one watching right now? Huh?
It was kind of
3, 2, 1.
Oh, we're jumping.
just kind of checking.
Huh?
I was just kind of checking how we were.
Prepare for death, fool. It's like Weird Al Yankovic.
Yep.
It's out there. Yeah. I like how if you get close to DK2, it starts erasing the 3D models. I think it happens over here. What it is on that shit. Yeah. I need a chair that my feet sit up in. This
Yeah.
guy's really tiny.
He is. Like a gray alien.
He's like an Asian. A really small Asian man. I want to see how this seat is attached. Let's see how it's attached. I think I'm just floating here. Nope. What is that? Let's see what the it's just an unidentified signal. Should I check it out, or should I
Sure.
go ahead and check it out? Okay. Also, if you've ever wanted to see what the top of the ship looks like, I can show you. Leaning up.
Being able to get a sense of scale of everything.
Do what?
Being able to get a sense of scale of everything is really interesting. Like,
Yeah.
the ship in the Oculus actually looks a good bit bigger, larger than on 2D.
Oh yeah. That's pretty. You know, for the graphics being all the way down, I sure can't tell it. And that may be because of the resolution that I'm looking at everything in, but I don't know, I don't think the overhead should be as much as it is in the Oculus right now, as far as I think they could optimize it and this game would still look fantastic in the Oculus. Alright, let's see what this is. Safe, disengage, ready. Back throttle down. Oh, we got a couple containers. Now, if I grab this stuff, it's going to be registered as stolen. And I have to go somewhere with a black market in order to sell it. But I'll show you the really cool cargo scoop mini game. Let's see what this is. It's mineral oil. So we go to module or functions, lower the cargo scoop. I get a really cool little display here again in 3D, and I don't know if you can tell, but I get a total sense of 3D. You know, it's like I'm looking out of a scoop, and I can see where that is in 3D as well. Cargo acquired. We'll get this other one here. It's a pretty neat little mini game here to collect cargo. Looks like you've got a camera down there.
Yeah, that video of the guy getting past like the high sec security with contraband was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we can try that here in a minute. Probably will fail. Okay. Alright, so I picked up all the mineral oil out here. The question is where to take it. So I'm going to retract my cargo scoop. And let's look at a system.
Drive charging.
Charge. Oh, hold on.
Ready to engage.
Let's cancel that. There was one more. This cargo out here that was missing. There it is. Yeah, this really is like, oh. Yeah, I went way too fast with that. Probably destroyed it. I did. Okay, well now we can engage.
Drive charging.
Close enough.
I mean, I played a lot of Eve, you know, and this is everything I wanted Eve to be. Let's see. Let's see if there is a black market in Arian 4. How about that?
Is there an easy way to check for those, or?
I don't know, and I'm just going to blast through to the station and try not to get scanned by one of their ships. Or I could check out what this unidentified signal source is right here. I think I will. On the way. Look, there's two of them. Slow down a little bit here. Cover more distance to slow down. Is anybody watching us?
I think we have some. We've had 23 views total.
Oh, okay. Just on this stream?
I think so.
Or is that just for my account?
I think it's what?
Or just for our total account?
I think it's just this stream, I believe.
I don't think we've got 23 on the stream. How many people are watching right now?
Same. I believe it says one. I believe.
Oh, well then that's you over there.
I'm not watching.
Oh. Well, whoever's watching, type something in the chat. Let us know.
Oh,
there.
somebody just did.
Okay.
Real deal Gaddafi said this shit's awesome, bro.
This is awesome. And check it out here. If you have any questions about the DK2 that I can answer, I'll do my best. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, a bunch more cargo. What is it? Oh, more mineral oil. There must have been like a mineral oil explosion. What do you got? Three, and this can only hold 4, so...
Get some more potatoes.
Okay. Alright, let's deploy the cargo. Scoop.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Got it. Put the cargo scoop away.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Don't I have 4 things of cargo now? Nope, 3. Okay. Put it back out.
Cargo
We'll
scoop
go get
deployed.
this piece right here. I love the sound effects in this game. They're all very sci-fi. There we
Cargo
go.
hold at maximum capacity.
Cargo hold is maxed out.
Cargo scoop
Let's warp out of
retracted.
here.
Drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright. Where are we headed? What is that? Running 5. That means 4 is probably back over here. 2,
Gaddafi says, "Yeah, bro."
Alright. You know, I've had my engine maxed out this whole time.
How's your fuel and such?
You know, I'm almost full. Fuel really, you know, it gets drained with your jumps, not really your cruising or anything like that. You can do quite a bit of cruising before you'll notice fuel going down.
It's like when you jump, right?
Yeah, it's when you go into hyperdrive. Alright, let's go check out this unidentified signal source. Am I too shaky for everybody? Because you got to remember, my brain's doing all the stitching on this. I know it's probably a lot harder to see on a 2D screen if I'm erratically looking around, but it's just so natural.
I think you're good.
Do I?
I think you're good.
Okay, good. I just love looking up here and seeing the, you know, the comms window floating in front of me. I'll never get over that sensation. Alright, coming up on an unidentified signal source. About to drop out of Super Cruise. 3, 2, 1, and drop. Alright, I'll see what's out here. Got a couple of ships, 4 ships. Those 2 are flying. Let's go check them out. Oh, they're shooting at each other. What's that guy doing? That's an Eagle. He is with the Iranian jurisdiction, and he is a system authority vessel. So that means they're probably hunting somebody down. They're hunting this guy down. Let's go check it out.
They're with who?
They're hunting this guy down, a Cobra Mark III, and he's wanted. So we're gonna take him. Do a little boosting real quick. I'm gonna transfer all the power to my weapons. He is 4K away, so let me get to him real quick first. Now I'm gonna transfer power over to my weapons, get into my sweet spot for turning. It's funny because I totally had a sense of where that guy was coming from. And you can see my hits on the little ship over here. Let's speed up and get to this guy.
Yeah, that heads-up display is probably one of the best I've seen.
Yeah. This hull's at 56%. And you can see. Can you see it right there? When I look over?
Target shields online.
Oh, the shields are online now. See, and this whole time I'm switching between my weapon and my engines.
Target shields offline.
Offline.
Detecting hostile scan.
I think he has lost his ability to steer. And he's down to 1%. And he's gone. And I just got 1,000 credit bounty for taking him out. Alright, we got somebody else that's unfriendly to us. Apparently he has a buddy. We're going to target this Sidewinder. I didn't know this until today, but see that blue area down there on my throttle? That's the sweet spot for turning.
Target shields online. Target shields offline. Target
500.
destroyed.
500 credit bounty for that guy. Criminal Travis.
Hostile scan.
I think Travis blew me up earlier. Alright, I'm going to put my guns away. Alright, I'm under attack from somebody else. Let's see who this is. Let's see if we can find him here. It is an eagle. And I don't know why he is fighting me. You know what? I'm not sticking around to find out either. Eagles are pretty tough.
There you go.
Who is this guy? I'm trying to see if I can see who this person is before I have to leave. Woo!
Oh.
Ready to engage.
3, 2, 1,
1.
and I'm out. He actually dinged my hole. I got down to 88%. Alright, we need to get to a station. Let's go back to Azban City. Oh no, they don't have a black market. Never mind.
We're up to 6 viewers.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Hey, if anybody's watching right now and they know of a black market
They know that DL.
in this system, you see the menu there pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what I'm looking for. I tell you what, let's go to Aranon 3. Aranon 3. If anybody's got questions about the DK2, how beautiful or not beautiful it is, ask away. Let's see. You know, positive match engaging perpetrator. Oh, you know what? They scanned me. You know why?
Mineral oil?
Because I've got that stupid mineral oil.
You just try to keep your hands soft.
Yeah, I know. What if I want to lube up? Alright, so because I'm wanted...
Takes a lot of effort to get in that suit.
It does. I'm going to try to sneak into a station here and pay off my... Oh no, it says I'm clean now. Yeah, it says I'm clean. Whoa. Felt the inertia when I killed the throttle. It's funny, why am I clean now? Oh, conflict zone. What do you think?
Yes.
You know what? Why not? Let's get all up in this. At least to check it out. Now, I don't think... I have... Yeah, I don't have a faction that I'm siding with yet. Let's check this out.
Gaddafi asks what I'm eating. It's
What are you eating? I'm curious.
It's basically potatoes, crushed up ramen, what is it? Cut up hot dog, seasoned with the ramen pack. One of the things.
Okay.
And just kind of baked for a while.
He's fighting him. I hope you're
not bad.
friendly. Oh, I bet you I get to pick a faction here. Yeah, choose faction. It's going to be Federation or Aranon. Yeah. Wow, look at that. It's like a laser light show. What is this guy? Let's check him out. He's in an Anaconda. And he's with Aranon. So...
Yeah, it's not bad for like a cheap meal for a whole lot of meal because we both eat a whole lot of meal.
So is Warzone a faction? Or is that
Maybe.
just where I am? Okay, he's an Aranon defense fighter, that Cobra Mark III. Let's see who he's shooting at. I guess he's shooting at the Federation. That could be the only other people if those are the two. Yeah, Federal security craft.
Target shields offline.
And he's
Target
gone.
destroyed.
You know what? I'm feeling better about going with these guys. Alright. There we go. Now they're all green. Let's see who the red guy is. It's an Anaconda. I'm gonna transfer power to my weapon. Do that. See how I can switch them back and forth. His shields are offline, so let's get in there and get him. He's still 3 kilometers away, and he looks massive. I think those were missiles flying by that I just saw. Yeah, they are. He is at 51%. That must be like some kind of cruiser class or something. He looks a lot larger than us. See, my weapons are staying cooler longer because I've diverted power to cooling them. Oh god.
Yeah,
That
a big
is
ship.
a big ship. And it may not seem big on the 2D screen, but as I just got, you know, pretty close to it, it took up my whole field of view. Oop, it's not fire at the friendlies. Alright, he's down to 21%. You can see on the little HUD there. He's definitely getting whomped.
Is it like a battleship or is that like a hauler?
I don't know, I would think, no, it looked like some kind of fighter. It had a lot of guns on it. I don't know though, I'm not, you know, I'm pretty new to the game. I bet our viewers could probably answer that question. Alright, come on, pulse lasers. Let's cool off real quick. Hopefully this guy has a bounty that I can collect.
Target shields online.
Oh, his shields are back online. Let's keep peppering away at him
Target
here.
shields
Oh, they're offline, and he's down to 8%. Oh, he's just getting hammered. Yeah. I forgot I was leaning in like that.
Target
Okay,
destroyed.
there we go. No bounty. Did he drop some cargo at least? No? Alright, now I'm curious if... See, I got all these friendly fighters here. I'm going to put my guns away. Just so... Hopefully they don't try to scan me or anything like that. Because I've got that mineral oil. Oh, another enemy fighter over here. So do they keep spawning? Do you get to just farm this area? Yeah, that looks like the same type of ship, like a big Anaconda or something.
Were they NPCs or?
Yeah, these are NPCs. Yep. Now,
Target shields
there's no
offline.
point in fighting this guy if I'm not getting bounty or something along those lines. So, are those missiles? Yeah, those got to be missiles, right? I want to know who is shooting that.
Mystify X says DK2 1080p. Woot.
Yes.
Indeed.
And see, I think it's kind of misleading that it's 1080p because really you're getting a lot more resolution per eye than looking at a single screen. And I think it combines to have an effect that's a little bit higher, it seems higher resolution than just a regular 1080p TV or, you know, monitor.
Because you have like 2 magnifying glasses on.
Yeah, I mean, you're
Right.
looking through lenses and that helps your field of view, but
I figured as much, says Mystify X.
well, where's he going? Alright, 23%. Boosting up some engines here. Oh god. I love that I can use this little control right here and kind of just zoom around. This is really incredible to be in 3D space, you know, flying around with these guys in a formation. I really feel like I can just bob and weave in and out of these guys here with no problem, because I can see where they are, you know, with quick glances, and I don't lose my orientation.
Well, with how like depth of field is, I mean, you see where they are, but you also
Yeah, I can feel where they are.
Yeah, exactly. But you can
Target
intuit
shields
much better.
online.
What did he say?
Target shields.
Huh? No, I'm saying you can just you can intuit much, like, you know, you have better intuition.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll let my lasers cool down. You know, I've got,
Blazer.
let's speed up and get to it here. Yeah, it didn't look like I was hitting him. Oh, he's trying to get out of here is what he's doing.
Where did you purchase your DK2 from? Bonier's back.
I got it from the website,
Oculus VR. I think.
oculusvr.com. Come on.
And with shipping, it was what, $370?
It's about $375, yeah. And like I told some of these guys earlier, you know, it's not a consumer product, and you're gonna have to jump through some hoops to get it working, and it's not
Under attack.
optimized very well.
User friendly.
But for VR experience, man, this last
I mean,
6% on this guy's.
It's definitely a developer kit kind of thing. It's
Yeah, and that's what they intended.
I want to check out that soap opera, or not soap opera, the mini opera thing. I don't know, it's really cool.
Let's get up here to this guy.
Muffra1 says, dude, gnarly.
Dude, gnarly.
And
Yes.
ellipsis. He says dramatically.
Come on. I'm telling you, the last 6% on this guy is just.
Target shields
And
online.
now his shields are back on. Let's cool down the weapons now that we're close to him. This guy's speed is it's pretty fast.
Saitek X says, yeah, computer literacy is definitely a must. And Bonier says, have you checked out the Omni? I'm not exactly sure what.
The Omni, oh yeah. No, it's the thing you stand in. And you know, I've seen the Omni. I have not had a chance to try it. I don't know anyone around here that has one that I can demo, but I don't know. To me,
It looks a little stiff.
yeah, I'm not sure how immersive that would really be, or if that's the part that I want to be immersive, is the running. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. It's probably one of those things that would be really cool for, you know, like having people over and
Like a
you-
party game.
Yeah, and you hop on these things and
Because if a bunch of people are doing it, like the rough kinks and all that are kind of
Yeah.
noticed less. More fun.
but let's say you're playing Skyrim.
Yeah.
Unless you're really trying to get a workout,
Yeah.
you know,
And it
running
does.
across Tamriel it's tough, and it's probably going to be tough. Maybe first-person shooters would do better, but
Target destroyed.
finally, okay. And I got squat.
Murphy says, I need a lighter. Light my cigarette with that laser blaster. And Bonier says, I have tried it. The Omni.
You've tried the Omni. Well, tell me, what do you think? I mean, you know, obviously not having first-hand experience with it, I really don't know, but I just I don't know if I want my running to be immersive.
Because, I mean,
you
it
know?
also looks like there's that slight curve every time you
Yeah,
step.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you kind of
Yeah,
slide
so
with
so
that.
how does it feel? Is it like a natural step, or is it something you know? Does it feel gimmicky?
Because I've seen some that kind of have, it's almost like a 360-degree treadmill kind of thing, which looks
Yeah.
a little, but that, it was like in a warehouse, so that's not practical for the consumer.
I don't know if
I have seen the ones that, like, they basically wear a backpack with trackers in a warehouse, and that could be interesting for,
yeah.
like, the new, like, laser tag.
Yeah, let's. Oh yeah. Where they have the computers in the back. Well, one thing I saw that was pretty neat is these guys, they would map a room based on a smartphone that was on their chest. So as they walked along, it's sitting there mapping the room, and it would build the level around that. I thought that was pretty neat. But really, for mass consumer, they're not going to consume stuff like that, most likely. What seems to be taking so long here?
Bonnier says, it's pretty cool. It feels kind of real, but it's not done. But
Yeah,
it says,
yeah.
can't explain. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of the situation we were in as well. I mean, as far as... So yeah, can't explain that well. Ah, what is this? Looks like a...
Definitely been watching the Omni, but
That didn't come from something important. There's a little piece on the ground that looks like it came from a circuit board.
piece of what?
Right here. Just found that on the ground.
It's an LED from something. I have no idea what this is from.
It didn't come from anything like that.
I guess nothing important.
Yeah.
Everything's still working, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to slow down if I'm gonna get to Maryland too.
It's good for a workout. I'm sure it is.
Oh man, yeah.
The one I heard on some podcasts, I've got to remember details, but there's one with that had like the hand trackers. That could be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And they
Where it
had-
tracks individual fingers and you can open and close
Yeah,
and stuff
they
like
had
that.
a setup where you're kind of like at a gun range and there's like approaching something. I think they said zombies or something like that.
Yeah.
And they said that was pretty cool because you could like grab and drop different weapons and then, I don't know, just any kind of...
There's almost like a diminishing returns for stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even stuff like the Oculus. This thing is going to be perfect in cockpit style simulators because you're already sitting at a desk.
Yeah.
They already make peripherals that are made for sitting at a desk and things like that, and that's kind of what Elite Dangerous is capitalizing on.
Driving simulators and ships and anything that has a cockpit or driver's seat is probably going to be on the rise in games, but...
Yeah, exactly. So is this just a planet? Yeah,
The
this is
Hydra,
just a-
Bonnier says, is...
The Hydra, yeah, it's like a 3D position mouse, and you can aim it and stuff like that. Pretty sweet. You know what? I'm gonna go to Advent City and try not to get caught. You guys are gonna watch me get blown up here, trying to sneak in.
You just have to remember the video, just kill the engines and fly into the
Yeah.
station at 300k
That was like
a second.
that was like some Star Wars smuggler
Han
stuff in
Solo.
12 parsecs, yeah. I love the chat in here. And look, I have to do this every so often just to show people that are tuning in, but
Yeah,
this
even
is
on
one
2D,
of the most amazing parts of the DK2.
Even on 2D, that's pretty cool.
I mean, just being able to look around and have your eyes focus on this stuff, it's really crazy. Let me give everybody a tour of the ship. Over here, I've got my... Sorry, Dan.
No, you're good. I'm hopping out of the way.
I've got my QWERTY keyboard. Looks like this thing could come up and, be used relatively easy. Oh, man, slow down for a second. I'm gonna blow right past
hurtling through space.
Advent City. You've got your heads-up display, which you can lean in and check out. My scanner, speed, temperature, my little Tiki bobblehead, which she doesn't bobble in hyperdrive. I guess, if you were feeling inertia, you probably would die going this fast.
Mystify X says that's pretty cool, and Bonnier says they're making a new wireless Hydra type controllers.
Yeah, I saw a demo where there were basically triggers and buttons, and that represented your fingers opening and closing, and there was like lightsabers and stuff like that. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Let me take a moment. This is my first Twitch stream with the Elite Dangerous and DK2, and I'm really trying to, just let everybody else experience what it's like. So if you like watching what I'm doing here, be sure to subscribe and kind of get the word out about StudioTango and what we're doing here. So hit that subscribe button for me. gonna continue the tour here. I love the little details like just the cup stain here. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, the lighting.
It's so cool. And then you've got I've got like a book and a thermos down here.
There's the door back to the rest of the ship.
Yeah, door taking you back into the rest of the ship. What else is there? Yeah, here, once I drop in here, I'm gonna drop in. Like this air vent, you know, there's some artist out there who, in a regular 2D game, you're never gonna see the serial number or whatever this is on the air vent. But with the DK2, because I can lean under and I can look at all these details, I can look at the screw.
You should kill your engines and kill the heat sinks and
Yeah,
let the
let
ice
me-
over,
Let me
just
cool
to get
down.
that visualization.
First of all, I gotta figure out where the entrance to this thing is. I'm thinking,
Bonnier says they're way better for tracking. I imagine referencing the hydras.
yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna kill my shields. And because my engines aren't going, that should. Let's kill the cargo hatch. Frame shift drive, power distributor. Need light support, but we'll kill the weapons. And there we go.
Seemed like that'd be a design flaw, or to have life support that easily.
Oh no, I can hold my breath. Just hold my breath and wrap up in a blanket. Yeah, but look, I mean, I forget that I'm sitting in the studio. I just turn around,
Yeah.
you know, oh look, there's the planet. And you can see the effect of the
Oh yeah, that's cool.
glass freezing over. It's pretty cool, even though I don't think there's any water.
Unless it's inside the.
Yeah. But look, I've got a little. Whenever you see it get desaturated like that, that means that my camera, my DK2 camera, can no longer see the infrared LEDs, and it loses track of where I am, but it still retains the rotational tracking. But there's just a little panel there. I'm guessing that's some kind of repair kit or first aid kit in there. Or no, there's the first aid kit, yeah. And something else right there. I don't know what that is. But what's funny is if I was to go up to something else that's emitting light, oh, yeah, there we go. All the lighting in the cockpit comes from
That light
the
source.
environment. So, you know, if I look down here at my feet and I do some kind of barrel roll.
Bonnier says, I watch Tested on YouTube, that might be a channel, and they try new stuff coming out, such as 3D printers, VR, and a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Just in case, DK says, is it easy to read writing in game with DK2?
Well, you know, Elite Dangerous is designed with the Oculus in mind, so yes, I can clearly read Asban City, 18 kilometers. All the stuff on the HUD is pretty easily readable. Now, if I was to go into
Look at the info panes.
when I go into the station, I mean they make such a large menu that yeah, all of that's readable. Let's see, the Aranan jurisdiction right there. I know what that says because I've seen it so much. But if it was something new, I may have to lean into it like this and read it. And that's partly because it's transparent and the lighting behind it is so bright. I can go in here and change the interface brightness as well. Now that's a little bit brighter. Yeah. But all of this stuff, because you know, it's stereoscopic and it's right here next to you, yeah, I can read all of that no problem.
And I wonder if it's halfway designed to have a little smaller so you do kind of lean in. And,
Yeah. Like this, well, ship uplink established, DeLacy uplink. You know, obviously that's just a texture. It's not anything dynamic or updating, but, you know, I can't read that from right here, but if I lean in, yeah, I can read it. This is 23, 24, 25. You know, wow, I just now realized that those are 3D letters.
Oh,
Like
yeah?
they're actual,
like their keys.
yeah, they're actual keys. I can tell. I haven't played this game in 2D at all. Like, I got it, and then I loaded up the DK2, and that's pretty much how I played this game. So, I'm not sure if how it looks on a 2D monitor, to be honest. All I have is a reference.
Would be curious to see how your computer could handle it in a 2D, or what level.
You know, I tried it once. I should take that back. I tried it once in the station, and I looked around with the hat just for a little bit, and the frame rate was really solid.
Yeah. Don't go back, says Mystify X.
Oh no, I mean, I can't. It's like I've got an Xbox One in my living room, and I just don't know that I can play
Can't go on
a game without being able to look around wherever I want and have my whole field of view taken up, and being able to like look over the edge, like see that star right there. I didn't know if that was a ship down there, so all I did was lean forward, and I looked over the front of my ship. Now this is where the DK2, you know, you have kind of a disadvantage. I'm looking at this station, and I'm sure that on a 2D monitor, I probably would be able to see if that's an opening or not. And now that I'm getting closer, I can see that it's not. The entrance to this station is going to be somewhere on the other side.
I guess the screen door is probably the strongest with like farther off images.
Yeah, and really it's not a screen door, it's just a lack of pixels. I mean, there's not enough pixels there to give me the information that I need to know if...
And two, you're looking through kind of a magnifying glass, so that's
yeah. And see, I'm looking up like this, and the center of my view is actually that star right there, and I'm kind of like cutting my eyeballs up towards the top, and I'm getting a lot of that chromatic aberration and stuff like that, whereas if I was to lean my head all the way back, then it, you know, it becomes sharper. I'm just trying not to get too close to the station. I don't want to get scanned with illegal goods.
Goddamn oils.
Yeah. How am I at 0% for heat when I've got my throttle almost all the way open?
Just in case DK says there's a trick to knowing exactly where the door is every station every time. Let me know if I should tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know.
I'm brand new to the game, so that would be incredibly
he
helpful.
Says he don't want to be backseating.
No. Go for it.
I imagine he'll be answering here in a moment.
I'm guessing it's on the top side of that. I wonder if it has anything to do with... Oh, is that the door that I'm leaning in and seeing there? On the hood? I'm just taking the long way around.
It says the side of the station that is turning counterclockwise is the side with the entrance. Catch that?
Yes. Okay, so looking at it here, that's the square side and it's turning clockwise. So yeah, it's the other side that's going to be turning counterclockwise. So basically that other square side right there. I'm guessing, see, it's kind of, I guess it's a bug or something with the DK2, but I can move the camera in and get like a 3D scan.
Yeah.
You see that? And I'm guessing that square on the other side is the dock. I mean, is the entrance.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin.
Yep. It's a good tip. So I should be coming up on, yep, I can see the ships coming out. They're little bitty white dots, but I can see them coming out of the front of that thing, so I'm going to swing around and try to go in as cold as possible without slamming into the station. So while I'm waiting to go up there, let me just look around the cockpit here for a minute and show you some of this stuff. Like, what is this little thing right here? You see that?
Says Mystify in all caps.
What is it?
He said cheater, Mystify says.
Cheater? Because I can look through The model?
Justin says turn off the drives.
Turn off the drives when I go in. Well, look, I'm at 0, but I probably still am producing a signature, aren't I? So what happens if I turn off the drives?
I think, isn't there like an auto, there's an assist drive or something?
Yeah, well, there's a,
Because basically, like the guy in the video,
he went to functions and he cut off flight assist. So
it.
now my inertia...
Yeah, he built momentum and then he just kind of started tumbling.
See, so this signature
became a
little
brick.
thing right here, should that be reflected? Like, let's say I go silent. Okay, now I'm silent. Now I shouldn't be projecting a signature, right?
Yeah. I think when you turn off the...
Oh, I need to go back
Yeah.
to the station.
Mystified says turn on just in case says you can't move at all. So I guess you're basically tumbling without the assist? Or...
Well, what it is, see, now I don't have my hands on the stick anymore, and my inertia is carried through. So if I line up going towards, it's really a lot harder to control because, you know, I'm used to the flight assist stabilizing. So all I do is go in one direction. See, I need to cut silent run off and let my heat out. Oh. So now I'm tumbling 190 meters per second towards Asvan City, but because I'm cold, even if I was to cut my engines off, now I really can't do anything. But I should not be able to show up on
a tumbling brick
radar, especially if I have my silent running on. And I should still be able to get comms with these guys.
Bonnier says there's a VR headset meant for iPhones and smartphones. Just ask if you want to know what it is. And Justin says without flight assist, you also have to utilize thrusters to actually turn, which is nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you talking about the Google Cardboard? Let's see how close I am. Close enough. Asvan City. Why are my thrusters engaging? I should be doing that. Should have all that off. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and request docking.
Request granted.
All right, I got 10 minutes to get there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my engines back on. Figure out. Oh, yep, there we go. Let's go to functions. Flight assist. Where is it? I lost it. Oh, okay, there it is. All right. I'm still silent running, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna get in here before these guys can scan me. Man, that's a good tip on knowing where the station, which side of the station is the docking port. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's get in here quick. Am I coming in hot? Oh, hi. Okay, there we go. Let's level out. Woo! Oh. All right.
Oh, watch your load.
Now I can kill it. So I am headed to landing pad 43. And this is probably one of the other best parts of the DK2 that I can just look around and see. Oh, there's 43.
Bonnier says it's called the Durovis dive.
No, I haven't heard of that now. These guys are probably watching thinking this guy absolutely sucks at Elite Dangerous. And the answer is yes, I do. But I'm having fun. And my
That's
mom said
interesting.
that's what matters. So.
I mean, it looks like kind of like a little headset mount with two smaller magnifying glasses that you...
You're not supposed to slam into the landing pad either. Alright, so if you're wondering how the menu and stuff works in the DK2, I'm here to tell you that it is absolutely beautiful. And everything is really easy to read. I can read it from back here, but it's just so much more fun to lean in and see this thing in 3D space.
Yeah. That might not translate as well, but you can get some idea.
Yeah, you can see here that the beam is actually, like this thing is, it's projected on a headset that I'm wearing, presumably in the game, because it's phasing through the ship.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and get my fuel and munitions. There goes, oh, there are lasers, of course. And let's do, oops. Okay, well, I'll show you how the outfitting looks. Ship's being taken back. Now this was kind of weird at first because I'm just floating in space.
Your disembodied awareness.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the first time I was kind of like, whoa, you know, I'm playing a game here. But even so, man, just the 3D.
Just in case. Says the immersion. It's so real.
It is. It really is. Well, I mean, it's funny that we were talking about how I was just knocked out of it, but the other parts of this game. See, I don't know that anybody gets to look around back here at the rest of the station. I can still see the station.
Yeah, that's just back inside the station, isn't it?
Huh?
That's just back inside the station, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I have any money or enough money to buy any of this stuff. I need to go claim my credits and pay my bounty. So let's go to contacts. Clear bounty for 525.
Oopsie.
And then, okay, yeah, there we go. Redeem bounty for 1,500. And that was just because I got caught with these stupid mineral oil canisters, and I still have them. And I learned a lesson earlier: do not jettison cargo in a station, because they will fine you for each piece of cargo that you jettison.
Yeah. Bonnier says lol.
Yeah. Let's repair the ship here. Yeah, I know most, where's my fuel? Why is my fuel not full yet? There we go. I know a lot of Twitch streamers, and understandably so, say no backseat gaming and all that kind of stuff, but I'm so new to this game that if you've got a tip or if you've got something, that's like, hey, check this out because it's cool, feel free to share. Let's see, what else is there to do in here? Oh, I need to see if they have a black market because I got a bunch of illegal stuff in my ship right now, right? So that would be under.
I didn't see a couple posts. Justin says that's really weird. I haven't looked around in the outfitting hangar. It's not possible without the DK2s or like.
Yeah, no, I mean. Which also brings up a good point. These guys, the game developers, if you're going to design a game that's going to be used with the Oculus Rift, there can't be any more flat leaves or like the tricks that you could do with 2D gaming. People are going to get up close to your stuff and they're going to look around in 3D space. So if the backside of this handle was not textured or modeled or something like that because they were saving resources or not spending time on that kind of stuff, then the guys in the Oculus are going to see it. Like I can tell you,
if it's a Phillips or a flathead.
it looks like a Phillips. That's pretty crazy.
Bonnier asks if the Duravis dive looks cool. Yeah, I mean it looks like a good. If you have an iPhone, I suppose, and I'm not sure how much it costs, but I don't know. Since it's not quite made with that in mind, maybe I don't know. I'd have to kind of look into it before I could make opinions and statements on the matter. Looks like an interesting alternative though.
This is really the only part of the game that kind of that I notice a lot of judder. And I think it's just because of the sheer amount of detail that is in these stations. And it's not even like textures as much as it's just, there's probably a lot of polygons going on here. Space trucks.
Okay. Yeah, he says the iPhone Oculus basically is like $70, which
You know, it may be a good deal, but when Palmer was trying to develop the Oculus, he was using cell phone parts. And what he found was that they weren't designed to keep the latency down. They couldn't perform fast enough for immersion. And really, you know, I would have thought that 60 hertz would have been fine, but now that I've seen 75,
yeah.
I understand where he's coming from in the display technology. I'm gonna have to. Okay.
Oh, just in case says a good way to get into some fast and semi-easy combat is going towards Aranon 2. Aranon 2 hit the federal distress call. That's a static mission you can always go to upon arrival. You have to choose.
I think I saw that. Yeah, as
right
we were flying
panel.
around Aranon 2, I saw the distress call. I'm gonna go check it out.
I usually go to Aranon, then
I
fight.
Just got another bounty.
Then fight the reds and earn the greens. It says the distress signal is about 0.80 light seconds from Aranon 2.
All right, we'll check it out. But now I'm about to get rid of this stupid cargo. It is not worth having.
Toss it into the sun.
It's costing me a ton of credits, and I clearly am not proficient enough to sell it. Drive to oh, I guess I should cut on all of my modules again.
Just flying blind.
Alright.
Drive charging.
Huh. I was checking out some profiles on my computer. Apparently, just in case is from Denmark.
It's from where?
Denmark.
Denmark. Sweet. Alright, let's head towards Aranon 2.
Bonnier says it's really just for simple games and for if you find a YouTube video that has split screen. I guess that could be a...
You know, what's funny is before I got the DK2, I would take my Galaxy Note 3 and I disassembled some binoculars, did I not?
Yeah.
And I would try to... I mean, and it would work. I would get the effect of having stereoscopic 3D right there in the phone. The problem was it did the opposite of encompassing the field of view. It narrowed it, but caused both eyes to be able to focus in the distance.
It just gave you the slightest taste of VR.
Yeah. It was like just a little bit of crack.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, so we are on our way to Aranon 2 to look for a federal distress signal. This is so cool. I wonder what this box is here next to me. Is it from my phone?
No. It's not like it was coming from some distant computer speaker or something. I don't know.
You know, I read a lot about the black smear and stuff like that, and you know, I feel like it's just really nitpicky.
I haven't seen what.
When there was one time I saw there was a big planet. I was on the dark side of the planet, so it was the shadow side, and you know, when you turned your head really fast, you could see kind of like a little smear, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It definitely did not break immersion or anything like that. I'm telling you that if somebody made a game where you were scuba diving,
I think they have some understanding.
or something along those lines, it'd probably be the most immersive because
Yeah.
it's got a headset built in.
Anything that you're wearing goggles.
Or even like a, oh, there's an unidentified signal. Now he said it was 0.8 light seconds away, so let's get a little bit closer. Yeah, anything where you're wearing goggles or face gear and they can throw these, you know, the reflections like the, if I can find a source of light here, I'll show you the lens flare.
Bonnier says, I made a Lego version of it, the thing, and
Lego, that's awesome.
the same, not the field of view, but it's cool. I like to watch movies on it. That, all right, engineer.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Few of us can say, oh, well, I built a version, so good job, you know.
You Tony Starked it.
Yeah.
All right, here's a federal distress signal. Let's
Lego
check this out.
goggles.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I see a little bit of smearing on that planet, but I mean, it's not much at all. And you really got to look for it. I think what it was is people that had the developer kit 1 had higher expectations for the DK2 than somebody who's never worn VR goggles before. This is my first experience with it, and you know, every time I look around, I'm blown away. Oh, there's the lens flare. Yeah, that's in 3D.
Justin says, I wouldn't head to the high intensity zones yet. That's mostly cobras and anacondas.
Yeah. Oh my God, what is that?
Whoa!
Holy crap.
I hope we're recording. Or I hope it's recording.
Oh my gosh. Can I fly through that? Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Bonnier says, well, I got to go. Will you guys be streaming tomorrow?
Ah!
Whoa! That is so cool! If our schedules allow and the like, we'll definitely be streaming more.
Yeah.
We're not certain when, but we'll
I would say it's a safe bet I'll be streaming tomorrow night, but holy cow. So who do I side with here?
Yeah, he says, that's right, when he said that, Justin says, remember to choose sides. I would go with the massive ship, just, you know.
I don't know. He's getting surrounded.
No.
Oh my gosh. Alright, I'm going for the trench run here. I'm telling you, in the DK2, you have... Just because I have spatial awareness,
Yeah.
you know? Oh my gosh, that is so massive.
It looks comparable to the station in size.
No, it's much smaller than that, but... Oh, that's so cool.
We'll see you, Bonnier. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Bonnier, and don't forget to subscribe. It'll let you know when I'm coming back on. We're going to do more events like this. I've got, hopefully this will be the first YouTube video that we put up. Just got our Twitter account set up and everything like that, and I'll be able to keep you guys updated. So, the StudioTango for Twitter and YouTube. That volumetric cloud was pretty cool. Okay, I gotta kill some folks here.
Justin says the massive ship is federal. The one's killing it is Aranin.
Okay, that's Aranin.
I usually go Aranin since they use missiles, and I don't like getting missiles fired at me.
Yeah, I am not good at dodging missiles. I know that you have to keep your ship cool so that they can't lock on. So that's what we're gonna do.
Bonnier says he followed. So thanks very much.
Awesome, thank you, Bonnier. I appreciate it. Okay, let's go ahead and choose a faction. We are Aranin. Okay, there's other smaller ships too. Flying around here. What is this guy? A federal fighter. Let's get those guns out.
Stream's looking cool. Checking over, keeping an eye on this side.
Sweet. Let's knock this guy. Whoa. Ooh. Wow, he just Tom Cruised me.
What happened?
He hit the air brakes, or the space brakes.
Danger zone!
Yeah. But that's not Tom Cruise. What is that? Was it Tom Cruise? Yeah. I'm gonna hit the brakes and he's gonna fly right past.
Target shields offline. offline.
But then Hot Shots, Charlie Sheen. So maybe he like Tom Sheened me. You remember that movie?
Target destroyed.
Okay, there we go. 350 credits. Now that's what I'm talking about. Finally getting paid something.
Credits.
Let's go in here and shoot some more reds. Maybe I'll be able to pay off all my bounties for carrying illegal mineral oil.
Yeah.
Or, well, stolen mineral oil. What?
Justin got my joke with the reference.
Danger zone.
It's I think it's actually what's the show? It's the cartoon, like the Asian. What's the show, Justin? I can't remember it. I haven't heard something.
Is it a cartoon?
It was like on Adult Swim or something.
Yeah.
Like Archer.
Archer?
Yeah.
I've seen bits and pieces of that show,
Yeah.
and of course, if you're ever on Reddit, you've seen. Am I flying backwards? Why am I flying backwards? Oh, I hit my toggle. No wonder. I'm sitting there flying backwards.
Target shield offline.
Oh, man.
Justin says, once you clear all the reds, hit the federal ship a bit, and new ones will spawn in. Oh.
Gotcha. Oh, so you can kind of farm here for a little bit. I'm telling you, I've created so many. We're gonna run into each other. I've created so many accounts,
No.
Target destroyed.
or not accounts, but just saves. All right, why didn't I get credits for that one? I guess I didn't get the last shot.
Saves from what? What?
I've cleared my saves a few
Oh,
times,
okay.
just because I would end up, losing money, not getting anything extra done to my ship. This guy's like surrounded by reds. I'm going into the cluster over here. Yeah, playing the combat scenario with the asteroid field, that was pretty amazing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that'd be
Warning,
something cool to
under attack.
See, being able to track like this, that's perfect. With a regular, using the HOTAS to look around, I definitely would have either lost him or become completely disoriented.
Target shield offline.
Justin says you can't ever complete the mission, and it'll keep being at the same orbit until updates notes says something different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Target destroyed.
That is pretty cool.
Yes.
I really hope the videos save and archive.
There it is.
Those passes are pretty cool.
Peppering away at him.
Good fun, Justin.
I'm telling you, man, this is everything I've wanted in a space simulator for so long. Alright, let's get after this guy. I hope that this translates to 2D well, and I'm not just.
No,
it's
I mean,
not like watching an erratic camera movement.
No, it looks mildly cinematographic.
Cinemagraphs.
Yeah, because it's got a slight like fisheye,
Yeah.
and we can see there is a something
Target
interesting to
shield
see where you're looking
offline.
versus what the front of the ship is. I mean,
Come on.
it's a decent idea. Oh, it says LP-98
Target
has
destroyed.
a station orbiting a planet with mineral extraction site that's located in an asteroid belt around the planet. Okay.
Ooh.
LP-98 is a station.
Good tip.
Justin's got all the infos.
I know. So, okay, Justin, I need to know about your experience with this game. I mean, how long have you played Elite Dangerous?
Warning, under attack.
Danger zone! Oh! That is Def, the best Oculus Rift, Oculus stream I've seen.
This is what?
This is Def, the best Oculus stream I've seen.
Sweet.
Thank you very much, Justin. All
Target
my
shield
work.
offline.
LP-98
Target
is an
destroyed.
anarchy system, ergo you can freely attack anyone.
Oh, so it's like Eve's version of
Nullsec.
Nullsec. Gotcha.
He says I've played this game for about 7 days.
7 days? Wow.
Tongue sticking out the mouth face.
Yeah. Tell you what, we need to get like a
Yeah.
group. Go do some raiding. Alright, is this guy closer? He's 2 kilometers away. Nope, that's
What's
not-
your range on those lasers?
I don't even know.
Oh! Whoa!
Fine. Eject. Eject.
Still a lot. Oh no.
I done got rammed.
Well, there you go. You done goofed.
I done goofed.
Consequences will never be the same.
Yeah.
Let's watch on the stream while it happens.
I can see down my nose here. It's so hard to see out of this thing.
And spunk.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
Your ship has been destroyed.
can you hop into that asteroid belt, maybe, or something?
Yeah, we'll check it out. Alright, so let's see, old loadout for 1600 or the free Sidewinder for nothing. I think since I didn't do anything to that Sidewinder, I'm gonna go with the freebie. What? I can't confirm. Ah, there we go. Yeah, we'll go with the free Sidewinder. Oh, man.
Yes, exactly. Except you can get a warrant scanner, costs about 18.6k in iBuddhist, and go collect people's bounty in LP98. They usually carry 500 through 3,500 credit bounty, but also fly ships in the Sidewinder Cobra classes.
Get a warp scanner?
A warrant scanner. Apparently, like, you can find people's bounties and whatnot.
That's pretty cool.
It's like a police scanner, I guess. In
Yeah.
space.
We'll launch here. Ugh.
Oh. He says the warrant scanner costs about 18.6k.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, so far I have not had that
Much.
amount of money at one time.
Released. Engines engaged.
Which I'm doing alright now. I got, what, 1,800 credits? I know that's
Still-
laughable to the people who are trading.
You kept your credits. Like,
Yeah, you keep the credits, but see, I don't get to keep any of that bounty, I don't think, that I got. Alright, so where are we headed? To an asteroid field? I just want to show you what that looks like on the DK2.
oh, where is it?
Oh, hello.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. By the way, if you want to see what the body looks like, here, let me...
Oh, yeah.
Ah!
Little alien body.
And I guess these are speakers on either side of my head. Is that what that looks like?
It could be the heads-up projectors.
Oh, yeah, I guess... Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could be.
He says, without the warrant scanner, you can only tell if people are wanted in the system you are currently in. With the scanner, you're about to hit the desk. With the scanner, you get all wanted status on a person and can collect the bounty vouchers on kill, even if it's from another system. And Mystify copied my whoop 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 whoop.
Look at that planet.
That's pretty cute. The one game. Ooh, I hope it has Oculus support. What was that game that you could fly around the planet and then fly into the atmosphere into other planets?
Oh,
or fly around the spaces and go.
yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
It's like No Man's something.
I'm going to show you guys the galaxy map in DK2. Now, this took me forever to figure out how to navigate. I did not realize that you had to have the grid because my mouse doesn't work in here. I don't know if you guys can see it,
Yeah, we can see.
but it doesn't. If you'll notice, it doesn't actually click on anything or highlight anything, and when I click, it doesn't work. I can still move around with it, but I could not select anything, so I had to learn the keyboard controls for getting around and selecting, you know, like Abatus. Now that
No Man's Sky. Thank you.
No Man's Sky, that's it, yeah.
Mute Yo.
What are these numbers here? Negative 2036 0? Must be coordinates or something.
Yes, sadly, once you die, you lose all bounty vouchers and your wanted status. Though you still have to pay all fines currently on you, says Justin.
Do you really? That's crazy. Why would you have to pay fines? Alright, so...
Death and taxes after death.
Yeah, I know.
Which is the thing.
So anyway, yeah, I can look around the whole system here. Although, it gets kind of wonky, because when I turn left, it's like, ooh, I'm upside down for some reason. I don't know. I can zoom out and get, you know, the galaxy view. God, that looks crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, you're more about the games, but I am interested in, like, just interesting visual experience. Like, I'm looking forward to, like, the first, like, VR movie kind of thing. Like, just full 360 degrees.
That would be cool,
yeah.
I'm sure.
And I mean, like, I'm still interested in the games, but, like, I don't know. Most of the ones that have really gotten to me are the interesting experience type whatnots.
Yeah. Alright. Where to?
What was that, LP90, or the, well, there was the LP98.
There's
I moved back.
LP98 132.
Go to search and find Sol, SOL. You can see we're pretty close to our system. Oh. Like, Sol is our system. Like, that's the... Sol is the name of our star, isn't it? It's Latin, SOL. Well, at least it was the old name of our star. But I think that's, like, if you go to Galactic View and wanted to find our area, you would,
okay, I got
can
you.
search Sol, SOL. You can apparently fly around our system, which would be pretty cool. Unless you want to go to the asteroid belt.
Yeah, I want to go to the asteroid belt.
Where? Let me see if I can find where he said. Was it LP98? Where was the asteroid belt, Justin?
LP98 132 is jumpable from here.
That was the. Yeah, it's the name of our star. So
Drive charging.
Drive charging. Where? There it is. I think, yeah, this is the Anarchy system. I've been here before and I tried to scoop up some gold and I totally got bushwhacked. It was a trap and I should have known it. I was like, oh, hey, free gold.
Yeah. Man, that was funny in Eve. People who would like leave.
Yeah,
things.
leave a canister, do all that sneaky, crooked stuff. Look, and these stars, in case you were wondering, yes, all of this is in 3D space. So they're kind of like bubbles, but
In LP98, 132, and go to Freeport, then close to Freeport, you'll see a mineral extraction point. And I think that's the asteroid.
ah,
Yeah, the star was pretty cool the first time. It was like,
yeah, and it's really bright, and it actually lights up the
Yeah,
interior.
the lighting is one of the coolest things.
Yeah, you can see now my interior is lit up with a nice warm glow, even glowing out.
Freeport also has a black markets dealer, which means you can sell stolen.
Means I should have held on to that mineral oil. Slathered myself up in it.
You're wearing a leather suit, so
You know, I was thinking as I was sitting here turning around looking at this suit, this would be pretty fun to cosplay. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. The best thing we did remember was the pirates.
which
were
was
for
just
Halloween.
basically Halloween, yeah.
We just got ourselves dirty, I think, and wore,
Basically.
you know, white shirts, billowy shirts, and
It was basically Halloween. Yeah, seeing some of like the hardcore cosplayers that like invest substantial amounts of money in building costumes, it's pretty impressive.
I remember watching, there was this one chick who, she had a team of people with her that did Mass Effect cosplay, and now I'm pretty sure she's employed by character houses.
I mean, what? Oh, that actually could be like a really good way to like show off your like costume building skills to actually get hired by.
Well, I mean, that's essentially what happened.
Yeah.
But they spent months,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they had, what's the big
Yeah,
guy?
like what a
Rex
workshop.
or whatever. They had
Yeah,
like a
Rex.
working version of him with servos and motors, and
That's impressive.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Like some of those, well, like the Weta Workshop tier
Oh,
guys.
resource extraction site. That's where we want. Oh, it's in the ring.
That's cute.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome.
So it's kind of like a Saturn kind of place.
Yeah.